Good afternoon, everyone. Great to see you all. Welcome. Thank you for being here on time. Let's start with these 2025 predictions. Which ones do you think will happen or is happening? Have a look. Do you agree with these predictions? Look at global issues, technology issues, the global agenda. Do you agree with them? Have a look and come up with your own predictions. Try to act like a futurist. Let's say you want to predict what will happen on the global agenda. What are your predictions? Do you agree with these predictions? Which ones are your top favorites? Choose your top favorites. Which ones do you disagree with? Which ones do you not agree with? Also choose those ones. Maybe 2 to 3 that you don't agree with. And justify, please. You can also discuss with each other your predictions. These issues will shape your financial future, your investments, your future career, and the global agenda. That's why they are critical issues. If you can make better predictions, then you can prepare accordingly. Okay, let's wrap up. Let's look at what happened last week. North Korea, they stole 1.5 billion in Ethereum. It was the world's biggest heist yet. And what happened as a result? Chaos, total chaos. What happened? Did you watch the news? Did you watch the crypto market news? Bitcoin plunged. And crypto investors lost a lot of their value. And stock markets are also down. Partly because of Trump's tariffs and unpredictable behaviors. So Bitcoin dropped below $85,000. US trade policy concerns are having an impact. Tariffs to Canada, Mexico, and European-American relationships are worsening, right? And Trump is very unpredictable. He posted this horrible AI-generated video on Gaza. So, like, he's very crazy and very volatile. So, world markets don't know how to react to all of this. And Ethereum collapsed, and Ripple, Solana dropped a lot as well. So this is the crypto market, all in red this week. Yeah, because of these liquidation losses, market sentiment very negative. Okay. So still, this market is quite promising. These are the according to market cap, these are the top 9 cryptos. Have a look at them. Be more curious about these cryptos because they are the future innovations that will shape our technological future and financial future. They are the latest fintech. Blockchain is transforming the world. So what are these doing? And why should you care about it? Especially if you want to achieve your financial freedom, probably your financial freedom will be through some of these coins. Yeah. So the most important one is undoubtedly Bitcoin. If you want to achieve your financial independence for the long term, you should try to have your Bitcoin, have your own share of Bitcoin as soon as you can. Okay? And then Ethereum. Right now it is very low, but I expect it to rise up fast in the future. And Tether is dollar. XRP is Ripple. BNB, we have Solana, and we have Dogecoin, which is very volatile, risky, I think, and Cardano. These are the top 9 in terms of market cap. But if you go to, if you Google this, market cap of coins, you can look at the whole picture, and you can learn about all these different coins and how they change, and their market caps. So, the stock markets were also very volatile this week. Almost all were in red color, especially the big 7, Magnificent 7, were in red color. Right now, it's getting a bit better. When you look at these top assets, you see the continued rise of Bitcoin and Ethereum. They will continue rising in the future. And we see Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft. They are becoming bigger and bigger, top 3. And then we have Google and Amazon following them. And we have Meta and Tesla following up. Yeah? So these are the top financial market caps. AI that can invent AI is coming, so buckle up. Many experts are predicting that we are entering an era where superintelligence will arrive. Yeah? Singularity will arrive. So when we experience technological singularity, that means machines will be much smarter than humans. And we don't know how to deal with that. Because in human history, something like this never happened. It is uncharted territories. How do we deal with this as a human? How do we maintain our humanity, creativity, spirit, when these AI systems get wildly much more clever than us? So we will experience nonlinear exponential progress in the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. And everything will accelerate from here. So whenever superintelligence arrives, you need to be ready. And you need to have some calmness and really reflect on your values and meaning as a human being. What am I here for? What are my priorities? What are my values? How do I maintain my sanity, my humanity, my spirituality, my creativity, when machines are much more intelligent than me? How do I exist? What's the meaning of my life? So these are the big questions that we need to answer. Sand teleportation. AI milestone recently occurred. Let's have a look on how they achieved this.
To digitize and rematerialize the essence of a plum. What we've done is we've cut a plum here, and we're going to put it into a vial where the scent that's leaving the plum is being trapped inside of this vial. And then what we can do is take this vial to a machine which can suck the air outside of this vial, which contains the smell of the plum, and then analyze those molecules one by one. And when we have that, we can then take that formula and then reprint it. If we've done the whole process correctly, the thing that ends up reprinted, which is just going to look like a clear liquid, is the distilled essence of the scent of a plum you've just cut into. And if they smell the same, it means that we've actually given computers a new sense. And The sense of smell is effectively the way that we turn the air around us into data.
What does it smell like?
Like the plum.
So, this is one of the pioneering AI companies, Osmo AI. And what happened was wild, because AI came up with hundreds of new smells that have never been smelled before. So AI is coming up with complex, new, innovative scents that we have never encountered before. So what does this mean for human civilization? What does this mean for industries? And AI is not only transforming smell, it is transforming much more. These AI systems will transform everything as we know it. If you follow the news, every day there is a new advancement, there is a new innovation happening. And from now on, these things will only accelerate. So I know no human being who can keep up with these developments. So our capability to keep up with these volatile and ever-advancing, accelerating technological changes, our ability is diminishing. We cannot cope up. It is just too much. And it is much faster. So how do we grapple with this? That creates enormous existential anxiety, especially among smart people, like Elon Musk or Sam Altman, or people who are already in these industries. They are very scared. Why? Because if things go wrong, we might not have the chance to correct them. So this is another company, startup. They came up with semantic space theory, where they are mapping all human emotions based on algorithms and data. So this is the map of the human heart. All diverse, the spectrum of human emotions are mapped here. You can look at them. Based on the color, you can see which emotions are closer to which ones, okay? So the green area, you see positive, joy, amusement, emotions. And then we have confusion in the middle. And then we have horror, fear, sadness, negative emotions on this side. And then you can see which emotions are closer to which ones. Yeah? So they have now mapped out all these elements based on trillions of data points. And AI can now interpret this big data. Why do they do this? Because they want machines, robots, to really make sense of human emotions. So these robots will come to your workplaces, to your homes, yeah, and you'll interact with them. And these machines need to understand you better. That's why they are mapping out the complexity of all human emotions. So, Hume AI is the name of this company. They attempt to categorize human emotions. And Osmo AI is categorizing human sense. So, and there are startups which are categorizing human brain as well. What are the domains in our human brains? And how can we better, deeply understand our brains? So, there are lots of puzzles, mysteries to be solved. And AI will help us uncover these mysteries much faster, which means a technological renaissance as well as a cultural renaissance happening. So in the next couple of years, we will see the impact of these new advancements, understanding human emotions, understanding human brain. It has wild implications. Nuclear stocks are continuing to advance because all these AI technologies and companies, they need enormous energy. That's why energy companies are investing, these AI companies, Magnificent Seven, they are all investing in nuclear stocks, nuclear facilities, and micronuclear technologies. So, I want you to have a look at this poster. and then come up with some action points based on what you see here. Which one is your favorite? Have a look. And then identify an action point. Write it down, please. Which ones are your favorites? Choose your favorites, and then identify a practical action point to deal with these. "30 seconds. Just write up the action and do it, please." Microsoft CEO says the computing power of AI systems is doubling every 6 months. So if they do double every 6 months, that means the rate of innovations will also double every 6 months. So the next few years will be crazy. Some experts are expecting these artificial general intelligence will arrive very soon, maybe in 2026. And that means superintelligence is approaching very fast, maybe in just a couple of years. So be prepared for what this means for your career. And if I were you, I would really spend the great majority of my time to really understand these AI technologies and how to use them effectively, strategically, and in a very smart way. Why? Because whole knowledge systems are collapsing. Whole disciplines are collapsing. Multidisciplinary advancements are occurring. These are transforming all jobs. These are transforming whole industries. Many companies are losing relevance. Intel dropping. All old companies, they are dropping. Why? Because they cannot keep up with these fast advancements. So they either keep up or they go bankrupt. Yeah? The same for individuals. You either keep up or you lose your job. In this era, one of the most critical skills that you need to have is unlearning. Can you unlearn? Yes, you learned a lot of stuff in your master's program. Can you unlearn them when it is necessary? Because all those frameworks, theories, they work in some ways, but they won't work in some other contexts, especially as these AI systems are getting more smart every day. Yeah? You need to think in wildly creative ways, original ways, and find new solutions to unknown problems. This requires a lot of creativity. You need to think like an entrepreneur. You need to be very resilient, resourceful, and a holistic thinker. You need to think and act beyond boundaries, beyond disciplines. So, all the courses that you have got in marketing, finance, strategy, yes, they are helpful to you, but they are never enough. You need to go beyond, yeah, and be ready to learn every day, reinvent yourself every day, and be open to foolish curiosity. You need to have open-ended, foolish curiosity. I'm just a beginner. I'm just a starter. That's the mentality. This is day one. That's also Amazon's mentality. Amazon says, Jeff Bezos says, it's always day one at Amazon. Why? Otherwise, we will go bankrupt. If we want to stay relevant, we need to be paranoid. Yeah? Like, we need to reinvent, disrupt ourselves every day and be open to change. That requires foolish openness and curiosity. Okay? So you need to restart inventing yourself. Right now, Anthropic Claude came up with 3.7, a new model, 3.7. It is an even more advanced model. New models are coming up. OpenAI have launched AI agents that can do work for people. So this year is very big for AI agents. They are coming. XAI is also advancing very fast. Grok is extremely smart, and XAI is now valued at more than 50 billion. So if you cannot name these products in under 5 seconds, you are not going to make it. Can you name these? Have you used all of them? Have a look at this picture. Can you name all of them? Have you used all of them? If not, you are in trouble. Let me be very clear. You are in trouble. If you haven't used them, if you don't know how to use them, you are in deep trouble. Okay? ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Cursor, Midjourney. These are the 5 of the AI tools. What I will do in the upcoming weeks is I will do more demos of these AI tools so that you can experience them in real time in our class, okay? We will do AI demo workshops in the classes, so don't miss our lectures. Big tech turns to nuclear energy to power AI. And you can watch this video.
This guy makes over $10 million a year with 6 different businesses. And the best part, he started them all with $0. I drove out to Miami, Florida to ask him exactly how he built these businesses and the blueprint he uses to make over $5 million a year in profit.
Instead of charging $1,500 a month, we charge on average $1.5 million a year.
You see, Greg started his journey working at a VC-funded, multi-billion-dollar company. Then, one day, it went bankrupt. It was unprofitable. And what he learned from that helped him come up with a formula to start his own business that would be profitable from day one.
The ACP funnel is the secret sauce that I've used for the last 15 years that I'm only now sharing with the world.
In this video, Greg shares his exact blueprints on how to make $1 million from one client, exactly how he's found several million-dollar business ideas, and why everyone should aim to become a multipreneur. I'm Pat Walls, and this is Starter Story.
Switching to Vodafone full fiber broadband.
So, please watch this video to learn his secrets, okay? So, let's look at the skills that you need to have to make money online. These are the meta skills that you need to have for making money online. I want you to have a look at these skills. Give yourself a score out of 10. 10 means I'm perfect in this, and 1 means I'm terrible in this. Give yourself a score between 1 and 10 for each of them. Write them down, please. Evaluate your skills in each. Copywriting. These are the critical skills of the future. Yeah? Copywriting. Email marketing for trust building and sales. Sales for closing deals, networking properly. Web design for designing your own landing pages and your own personal website. Social media growth for sending traffic, audience building, to find traction. Graphic design to create your visuals, brand assets, and to create your products, design them. And marketing advertising for getting people to act, to buy, to persuade them to buy. Okay, these are the meta skills for the future. If you have these skills, you can create your own job easily. You don't need to find any employment because you can create your own employment as a one-person company. You can establish your own startup, your one-person company if you have these skills. Why? Because if you have these skills, you can make millions. You can make thousands of dollars each month if you can master these skills. And these skills will matter a lot more in the future. Wherever you work, in a company, you will need these skills because companies need to sell online in order to be profitable. If you can help them master sales through these skills, you can always be employable. And you can also create your own financial freedom in your startup. So if we look at all these skills, all of these skills rely on a set of meta skills which are deeper. What are they? These are the meta skills for the next decade. What are they? Grabbing, holding attention. How do you hold attention? This is a $1 million question. Very difficult, given that people spend 12 hours in front of screens with their cell phones, computers, Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, emails, AI tools. People are spending time all the time with their cell phones or screens. Yeah, we are all glued to our screens. So how do you capture attention? It's a $1 million question. If you can master that skill, you will be in a very good place. And if you are creating your assets, you learn this skill, right? For example, I have my YouTube channel. I have had to learn this skill because my earlier videos, nobody watched them. And right now, whenever I upload a video, many people watch them, thousands of people. So I have mastered the art of grabbing attention through my online videos, yeah? And this is a skill that you need to master if you want to create your own assets for the long term, yeah? So you need to master that skill of how to grab attention from the first second, especially on TikTok, short form. That is so crucial, yeah? Storytelling, persuading people. Can you tell a good story about yourself? This is also critical to find a job. In the job market, when they are interviewing you, they will hire you if you can persuade and tell good stories about yourself, because you want to be memorable, remarkable, and you want to be a very positive person. You want to make a really good impression. Entrepreneurial, problem solver, a great hero. We need this guy, we need this person in our company. You need to make that impression. You can only do that through telling very good stories and being very persuasive. And psychology, human behavior is the next one. Understanding the other, building empathy, emotional skills, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, observation, being aware of your strengths, weaknesses, knowing yourself, knowing your emotions. So you need to have a third eye, almost, third eye, to observe yourself. Can you observe yourself from a distance, independently? Can you act as a consultant or a coach to yourself? Looking at the quality of your life and your career and your investments and your learning journey, can you come up with specific recommendations for yourself so that you keep up improving your game? Can you do that? Can you act as a coach of yourself? Yeah. So these are crucial skills. And philosophy, spirituality, critical questioning, asking the right kind of questions, capturing meaning. What's the meaning of all this? Questioning everything. The ability to ask the right questions, yeah? These are timeless skills. If you can master these skills, you can always find a job. You can also create your own job. And you can make thousands of dollars of money if you can master these skills. These are timeless skills. So ask yourself, which ones do you need to develop? Take a note. Which ones do you need to develop further? Which ones are your strengths? Which ones are your weaknesses? And do you need to take action? How can you improve these skills? Take a note to yourself. Write down at least one action point that you will do this weekend about these skills. What will you do to improve these skills? Please come up with some action points, write them down. And do them this weekend. I want you to look at this report right now. It is called Solopreneur Report 2.0. It's in your slides. This is the next slide. Please click on this link. Copy this link. Open it in your browser. Paste it. And find this document, please. I want you to find this document, download it, view it on your laptop, please. So what I want you to do is the following exercise. I want you to do this exercise. Look at these startup success stories. Which ones are close to what you are trying to achieve? Think about your asset creation journey as an individual. I want you to skim through, read these success stories. Each of these people have achieved a lot in their journeys. They are one-person companies, okay? They are one-person companies who achieved $1 million, at least $1 million. So these are all millionaires, and they are all solopreneurs. They are all solopreneurs, which means they established their business from scratch. They are one-person companies. You can see how they achieved it. They started with zero money or very little money. You can see their initial investment here. How did they come up with the idea? You can look at their story. How did they acquire their customers? How many employees they have? They have 0 employees, most of them, just themselves, yeah, 0 employees. And you can see their social media here, so you can follow them as well. And you can look at these articles to understand their business model, okay? So I want you to have a look at this. Each of these people, I follow them. I know them from social media. I know them from YouTube. I know them from TikTok. I know them from Instagram. So I know all these people. How did they achieve it? I want you to choose your favorite ones and look at their websites. The websites are here. Click on their websites as well. Look at their business. Look at their products and revenues. And what is unique about their business model? I want you to circle the ones that capture your interest and imagination. Oh my God, I want to do something like this one, this guy did. Like, choose the ones that really excite you, okay? And it is your job to do more research about these individuals this weekend, okay? Spend a couple of hours, do some benchmarking. What did they do? How did they become successful? Look at their websites. Look at their YouTube videos. Look at their TikToks, okay? So follow them, learn their stories, and analyze their websites, okay? So which ones are your favorite ones? Have a look, and I want you to circle these people. Ali Abdal is very famous. He's a millionaire. He was a doctor. He quit his job. He became a YouTuber, and he achieved millions. He is now employing people. Dan Koh, he has his own YouTube channel, Dan Koh. I think you know many of these people. I think these are all famous people. They have written books. They have created videos. They have large following, millions of followers, many of them. They have created their own startups. Some of these startups have become unicorns almost. So these people are highly influential. They all created their own job. And they can also hire people now because they have so much work that they can now employ other people. They are entrepreneurs. And they are earning millions of dollars, each of these people. How did they master this? I want you to crack the secrets, their business models. How did they achieve it? How did they grab attention? How do they market? How do they present their ideas? Products, services. What do they offer? How do they package it? How do they sell it? I want you to look at their landing pages. Look at their landing pages. Take it as an example. And then create your own landing pages. Look at these people, yeah? Learn from their secrets. Because these secrets will help you achieve your own entrepreneurial dreams. If you want to become successful online, these are the people at the top of their game, yeah? So you need to study their methods. And believe me, studying these entrepreneurs is much more critical than studying your textbooks. You'll learn so much more by studying these people. Okay, why? Because your textbooks are old, already old, obsolete. They won't work. Times have changed. You need to master the new rules of the game. And these are the masters of the new rules of the game. Yeah? That's why you need to spend time studying these people, mastering their game. Okay? So I want you to choose at least 5 people from this list. Try to choose people close to you, what you want to try to achieve. Maybe you are interested in sports, let's say. Find people who are sports entrepreneurs. Maybe you are into fashion. Find fashion people then. Maybe you are into skincare. Find people who are in skincare. Okay, so have a look. Find your favorite people and businesses and look at their websites, please. So let's spend 2 minutes. I want you to choose your top favorite ones. Try to choose 5 of them who can help you, okay? And your job this weekend is to really study these people, their businesses, okay? How did they master this? Go to their YouTube channels. Go to their social media. Learn their secrets. Let's mark, choose your top 5 favorite ones. Circle them, bookmark them, open their websites. Okay, so these are what you need to do, yeah? Go to their website, analyze their business model, benchmark their best practices, choose the ones that are close to what you are trying to achieve, and what can you learn from them? Have they written any books? Can you buy these books or find these books? Have they created some digital products? Can you find these digital products? I'm sure many of these people have free versions. You can subscribe to them. They will deliver to your inbox. And much of what they are offering is completely free. So make sure you learn from their free versions. Okay? Much of what they offer is completely free. So you don't need to buy their premium products. No, don't do that. You don't have to. Just subscribe to their free model to learn more. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Okay, let's choose. Make your selection, please. And take some notes. Let's wrap it up in 30 seconds, yeah? If you need to take any action, please write down that action. Bookmark their web pages quickly. And wrap it up, please. Take a note to yourself. And this weekend, try to spend a couple of hours, yeah, to really understand their products, their services. Subscribe to them, get their emails, look at their websites. If they have free books, free products, get them. If they have YouTube videos, watch those YouTube videos. Okay? Try to learn as much as possible from these people. The next one is about storytelling. So this is a project called Significant Objects. It's a study. What they did, Rob Walker and Joshua Gulan. These are two writers. What they did, they went to these thrift stores. They bought some products, second-hand products, for a few pennies. So they bought 100 low-value second-hand items from thrift stores, yard sales, classified ads, okay? And they collected these items. Some of them were even free, yeah? They collected all of these. They collected all this junk, okay? What they did next, they sold them through eBay, and they hired a group of writers who wrote stories about each of these items, okay? So they invented stories about the value of these items just for an experiment, okay? So what they did, they bought this, they turned it into a book, by the way. They bought this for $2, they sold it for $62, you see? They bought this for $1, they sold it for $57. Each of these, 33 cents, they sold it for $71. You can see that they transformed all these objects through the power of interesting storytelling. So what does this tell us? As a marketer, as a salesperson, you need to come up with really good stories. And if you need to find a job, you also need to create your own storytelling, yeah, about yourself. How do you best capture your personal brand in stories that will attract employers? Think about that. You need to tell very good stories in order to sell your products, in order to sell your labor as well, yeah? And that increases your employability as well. It's all about storytelling. If you know how to tell strong stories, yeah, then people will buy from you and companies will hire you. Okay? So you can learn more about this project, Significant Objects. If you Google it, you'll find their website. You can look at all these items one by one. Okay? So stories are such a powerful driver of emotional value that their effect on any given object's subjective value can be actually measured objectively. So you can measure that value through stories. And this book is the evidence of that. This is a book. It's on Amazon as well. 100 Extraordinary Stories About Ordinary Things. So can a great story transform a worthless junk into a significant object? Yes, definitely. Another thing that I want you to look at is mental models. You need to master mental models to really understand the future. If you want to become a really good investor, a really good professional, a really good futurist, you need to master these mental models. Unfortunately, these are not taught in your textbooks. These are multidisciplinary. And some of the richest people in the world, they have mastered these mental models. Because these mental models will give you perspective about the future. They help you understand what is going on with the world. Okay? Mental models. One of them is compounding. We mentioned compounding, remember? Compounding is very critical. Another one is about game theory. How does game theory shape our perceptions? So there are many mental models. You need to master these mental models. Okay? This book is a bit expensive, but there are many others. You can Google them. There are free versions as well. How to deal with weapons of mass distraction. I wrote an article on this. You can also read this. And let's start today's class, which is a bit more relaxing from now on. So, we have a squash today. Yeah? This is a squash. Have it, please. Yeah. Have it and share it with, yeah. Look at it, analyze it, okay? Why did I bring this to the class? Why did I bring a squash? Any guess? Any guesses? I want to hear your predictions, you know, your guesses. Why did I bring this?
I used to have something like this in my village.
Yeah, it's a squash.
To tell a story.
To tell a story, exactly. But what's the story, yeah? We'll see. Okay. Okay. Which movie is this? Do you know this movie? UEA, Sainsbury Center, was shown in a science fiction movie. Avengers, yes. Marvel, yeah. Which company is the Netflix of e-learning? Edutainment. Which company is this? They have these videos, amazing videos of these celebrities, athletes, sports people. Who are they? I think you might have seen them. Masterclass, yeah? Masterclass. So go to their YouTube page and you can watch their videos. So we will have some masterclass trailers today, okay? Who is the film score composer for Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean? Who made the music of these movies? Do you know? Interstellar, Gladiator, Inception, Dark Knight. Who made the music of these movies? Do you know this guy? Hans Zimmer, exactly. Hans Zimmer. Let's look at his class.
Ooh, it's a bit of a dodgy question here. I am convinced that I have no idea how to do your movie. It's always a blank piece of paper. I can tell you everything you need to know in one word. Story. All we're doing, set designer, actor, writer, composer, we try to create worlds. Sherlock, it's a score anybody could do. One microphone on a laptop. Ideas are not limited by budget. The creative process takes place in your head. The interesting ideas come from some kid in a garage in the Bronx. You just need to break through the myth that you can't create a great Hollywood blockbuster on an iPad. Because if you're on story, you can do whatever you want to do. I like writing in D, and it's nice that if you go from it's satisfying. For Batman, 4 French horns on the right, 4 French horns on the left, and they're up in a gallery, up way above the orchestra. 2 notes, but the amount of expressiveness you can put into them. This is a musician's life. Everybody tells you not to do it and get a real job. When all is said and done, and we've built the highest high-rises and we built the fastest machines, there's still going to be room for somebody to tell you a story or somebody to write you a piece of music. The seconds of your life are ticking away. If somebody tells you that there's a rule, break it. That's the only thing that moves things forward. I'm Hans Zimmer, and this is my masterclass.
Okay. Who is this astronaut? He's Canadian. He's wildly active on social media. Do you know this guy? Chris Hadfield. Let's look at his masterclass.
The rocket equation, it's a beautiful thing. No astronaut launches for space with their fingers crossed. That's not how we deal with risk. What I learned from 21 years as an astronaut is that the more you know, the less you fear. The reason I wanted to do this masterclass is to share the hidden depths of purpose that are behind space exploration. When the clock hits 0, start focusing and thinking of nothing else but the moment that you're in. Study every system on a spaceship and then boil it down to what I call a one-pager. You've got to be able to solve your problems in one breath. You have to push your lungs forward through the drag of the atmosphere. crushed into your chair, you're like a leaf in a hurricane. The reason is 1/2 rho v squared s. 16 times the speed of sound. As you accelerate harder and harder, the light blue Florida sky starts to get darker and darker, and then suddenly black. And the engine shut off, and you're weightless. Turn the handle and open the hatch. You pull yourself out into the universe, and now suddenly, when you move your knees, you can feel the searing heat of the sun on one side and the incredibly cold emptiness of space on the other. When you're no longer Earthlings, how do you navigate? You can use the stars. You can actually see how that place where you were raised fits into the overall complexity and reality of the solar system. You start to unavoidably wonder, are we alone in the universe or not? Our technology is just good enough now that some of you taking this masterclass are going to fly in space. Reusable rocket ships give us access to explore like we've never had before. It will be a great moment of introspection for humanity if you're the person who finds that one little fossilized flower on Mars. I'm Chris Hadfield, and this is my masterclass.
Okay. Here is your next exercise. I want you to craft 6 adventures for the next 6 weeks. Can you come up with 6 adventures for yourself for the next 6 weeks? So you need to go beyond your regular mundane life, yeah? You need to do something more colorful, more adventurous. Please identify 6 adventures for yourself. You might go to London, let's say, and buy a ticket for a musical. That might be an adventure. Maybe go travel to Wales. Next week you'll have some break, yeah? Maybe go to Wales, discover some new place. What else? What kind of adventures will you do? Maybe you can kickstart your YouTube channel. You have been delaying that, yeah? Start that YouTube channel. Maybe you'll start your own company. Start selling online. So what will be your adventures? Please write them. "30 seconds. Wrap it up. Okay, the next challenge, I want you to identify 6 challenges for yourself that you can do in the next 3 months. Maybe you can extend it in the 6 months, into 6 months as well. So take a bit longer now. Let's make it 6 months, yeah? Until the end of summer. End of August, let's say. At the end of August, towards the end of August, you'll submit your whole portfolio, yeah? And some of these challenges should be related to your asset creation projects, yeah? Remember, you will submit your asset creation projects in 6 months, yeah? So what can you do? Choose some of these challenges so that you can make money. You can establish your digital company. You can establish your TikTok, Instagram, Amazon store, YouTube channel, your own newsletter. What do you wish to do? Would you like to write a book? Would you like to create content, a faceless YouTube channel? Would you like to use AI tools? Show some mastery of these AI tools. As an entrepreneur, start your own AI company. So come up with these challenges, please. Write them down, make them specific, and keep writing. This is for the next 6 months. Please write them down. "30 seconds to finish it up. Write it up quickly. Wrap it up, please. The next one. Who is the game designer? Who designed SimCity? He is the founder of the company Maxis. He's a game designer. Who is he? Will Wright. He's a legend in the industry. Let's look at his masterclass.
Hi. When you play something like The Sims, the player is actually the one building the rule set. I'm giving the player a toy, and the player is turning it into a game. It's almost magical. As a designer, you're actually dealing with two computers. First, the electronic one sitting on the table in front of you, but more importantly, the player's imagination, the player's brain. Being a game designer turned into a lifelong learning process where I can go off in any subject I want to, and it's tax deductible. I'm going to expose you to a number of fundamental concepts about game design. I want to dive deep into the psychology of the player, the mental modeling that goes on, how to build emergence, surprise, and to try to predict what's going to motivate players and pull them in. You can take almost anything and make it a fascinating interactive experience. You watch somebody play a game, most of what they're doing is failing. You need to design the game such that failure is interesting and understandable so that you go back and say, aha.
Oh, jeez.
This is actually kind of fun.
Good.
Games and film have a very different emotional palette. Film is totally based upon empathy. You can look at characters, when they're happy, we feel happy. The kind of emotions that we can actually get out of games are very different. Things like guilt or pride, teamwork. A lot of that is based upon agency. As soon as you take that away from the players, it's kind of like being in a movie theater where all of a sudden the screen goes black. That's what it's like when you take the control away from a player. The generation that's creating games now has so many opportunities. You're having a vision for something that's going to go out and change people. So find something you're passionate about and start exploring. I'm Will Wright, and this is a simulation of my master class.
Which computer game hosted a live concert? So they transformed the video game storytelling by climaxing in an apocalyptic fashion. They sucked all the gamers into a black hole. Which game was this? Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. And they had online concerts as well. And they are one of the builders of the metaverse as well. Okay, let's come back to the squash. So, where is that squash? There? Yeah. So imagine that I have a dark secret. I have a dark secret that involves this squash. What is that? I want you to imagine that dark secret and write a story about it in 2-3 minutes. That's your job. I have a dark secret about this squash. What is it? Imagine that. Write it down as a story. It can be like a science fiction story, a thriller. Feel free to make me the bad guy, don't worry. So what is the dark secret? Do I create like a new virus, pandemic, using this squash? Like, am I the dark evil? What else? Imagine possibilities, write it down. Can you create a Black Mirror episode around this, for example? Can you write can you practice screenwriting? Imagine that this is a Black Mirror episode, yeah? How would you write it? You watch Black Mirror, right? Very dark, yeah? So can you imagine a story based on this squash? Write it down. Brainstorm, share your ideas. You can talk to each other and have fun. 1 more minute. Try to wrap it up. You can share your stories with each other as well, or brainstorm together. Wrap it up, please. Okay, the next one. Who is the little guy of basketball? He rose to the top of NBA, not through his power and strength, but through his crazy ball handling skills. Do you know this guy? Stephen Curry. Let's look at his master class.
Growing up, I was always the littlest guy on my team. Even now, I think I still am. You don't listen to what anybody says you can't do, because you know that you can. You ready? Being able to shoot, it's all about becoming a more complete and confident ball handler. To maximize the quickest release possible for you, lock in on the path that the ball takes from your catch-ready position to your final release point. So that's how you can shoot the same from whether it's in the paint all the way out to the deep 3 area and knock it down. When you catch and you're ready to shoot, I look where the rim and the net meet. Put that basketball right on those hooks, and that's what I lock in on.
Curry splits the defense behind the back, fires the three. Oh, he puts it in!
Stop it right there. Everyone, my defender has clearly established his lead foot. Make him open his whole body and create a driving angle. I have all the control, all the leverage in the world right here. Look at Ian travel, though. Good gracious. When we overload ourselves in a workout with 2 basketballs or a tennis ball, it makes the game seem a lot slower and you're able to process things a lot better. That's why we're here, to get better. It might be tough. You might have to overcome a lot more than the guy next to you, but that's what makes it all worth it. No matter where you are in your progression, we're all in the same boat. I'm still searching for perfection and full potential in this game. The time is now for you to start your journey to find ways to get better. That's why we're all here. You need to get in the gym and get to work. Time's ticking. I'm Stephen Curry, and this is my masterclass.
Okay. Here's your next poster. I want you to look at this poster. This is about living exponentially. One of the mental models is about exponential thinking. We do not live in linear times. There is a gap between linear thinkers and exponential thinkers. So most of your teachers, most of your professors, they are linear thinkers. They don't really understand what's going on with the world. Most of your parents, they are linear thinkers as well. Most of the old generation, they are linear thinkers as well. They don't really understand what is going on with the world. The world is shifting so fast that you need to think non-linearly. And you need to understand exponential curves, logarithmic curves. Everything is logarithmic. Everything is exponential. Yet, our brains are stuck in the industrial paradigm, in the old ways of thinking, which is fixed way of thinking. You think that money is fixed. You think that laws are fixed. Institutions are fixed. Jobs are fixed. No, they are not. Everything is shifting rapidly. You need to think like an entrepreneur, and you need to think like Stephen Curry handle all these balls, yeah? Because the world is changing so fast, you need to be so quick, agile, fragile. There's so much fragility that you need to be anti-fragile, yeah? And you need to really understand the drivers of change, yeah? You need to be very flexible, and you need to be a long-term thinker. How do you do that? I want you to create fresh ideas. Look at the poster. This poster will help you. Think of at least 5 points. How can you be more exponential in your life? This is all about long-term thinking. Remember what I have mentioned? You need to talk to your future self who lives in 2035, yeah? That will help you become an exponential thinker. What would your future self who lives in 2035 tell you? What would your future self tell you about being an exponential thinker? How can you become an exponential entrepreneur? You can create the future, yeah, through your innovations, inventions, products. You can add exceptional value as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur. Your value is measured on the basis of how much value you can add to the lives of other people. How much problem can you solve? How can you solve important problems? That will become even more important. Can you solve these problems? And how? And think in terms of at least 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, yeah? So you really need to think long term here. Now, these AI systems are getting more and more clever. They are getting more and more intelligent. They are transforming every job out there. All your textbooks are already obsolete. All the business models that you have been reading, they are already obsolete. They won't work because the world is shifting too rapidly. Yeah? Everything is flowing. How can you keep flowing as an individual? You have to have a beginner's mindset. You have to think like a baby. Accelerate your learning by at least 10 times, yeah? How do you do that? That requires exponential thinking, yeah? And exponential thinking means, in the long term, you achieve a lot more. So you really need to think about the long term, at least 5 years. So what kind of games can you play so that you will have enormous sustainable advantage in 2035, let's say? Talk to your future self who lives in 2035. What would that future self tell you about investments, asset creation, skill building, your career, your learning advice? What do you need to do really? To figure that out, you need to talk to your future self, yeah? And create fresh ideas, please. Write them down. If you're a fixed thinker, linear thinker, you are screwed in this world. You won't have a job after 10 years, 5 years, even after 3 years. If you are a fixed thinker, if you are a fixed thinker and you are not prepared for what is to come, you can lose everything. You can lose your job. There is a lot to lose. But there is a lot to be gained if you master these new skills. Yeah? These new skills to be anti-fragile, flexible, agile, intelligent, adaptive, entrepreneurial, creative, really smart for the long term. Yeah? Elon Musk transformed 8 different industries by thinking exponentially, solving problems scientifically and entrepreneurially. Yeah? How can you do that? And you need to master these new technologies, AI tools, in order to do this, yeah? If you want to have a chance in tomorrow's world, You need to master these newest technologies. Otherwise, you don't have a chance. So write down action points, please. Finish your action points. The next one is about avoiding mediocrity. How can you avoid mediocrity? There's too much mediocrity in the world. Everything is becoming more and more mediocre. So you have to be outstanding in terms of your personal brand. You have to be striking, different, remarkable. Remember, whenever a job is opened, there will be 50 people, maybe 100 people applying for that job. The competition is ruthless. The only way that you can survive and thrive in this competition is to set yourself apart from the crowds. How do you do that? You cannot behave like crowds. You have to set yourself apart from the competition. How do you do that? I want you to think of 5 points, 5 action points. Look at the poster. Think of 5 action points. How can you be more outstanding in your value creation, personal branding, investing, wealth creation, entrepreneurial thinking, learning, unlearning, reinventing yourself, disrupting yourself, creating enormous value, exceptional value for the long term? How do you do these things? How do you really make a difference? What are the problems that will still be problems after 10 years? After 10 years, let's say, which problems will emerge? And how can you address these problems early on? How can you think more radically about the future? Yeah. Can you become an expert, let's say, on quantum computers? Combine it with artificial intelligence. Combine it with blockchain, smart money, Bitcoin. Can you combine these cryptocurrencies, blockchain technologies, safety systems, quantum computing? Can you combine them somehow? Can you be more curious about these new problems? How do we stay relevant in the age of superintelligence, for example? Do you have any ideas? How do you maintain our sanity as the world gets more and more connected and crazy, and we are glued to our screens all the time? We are addicted to our screens, cell phones, Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, all these websites. We are drowning in them, yeah? We are lost in them. How do you solve this problem? Calmness, maintaining your sanity. How do you do that? Tranquility, spirituality, your humanity, your creativity, slow life. How do you do that? In this crazy atmosphere, in this crazy environment, there are so many crazy shit happening out there, yeah? How do you maintain your sanity, well-being? Can you solve that? For example, you can write an ebook on this. If you master this, if you master these skills, yeah, you can create a YouTube channel on this. Maybe you teach people on how to achieve inner calm through doodling, let's say, art. Or being in nature, taking long walks, or whatever. Okay? So think of action points to set yourself apart and to establish your brand, your business. Okay, the next one. Who is the inventor of Spanx? You know this person, yeah? We already have covered her. She used $5,000 savings and she became a billionaire. Sarah Blakely, yeah? Remember her?
Something. Every person in their life has had $1 million idea. No doubt. No doubt. It's just, you're gonna take action. You definitely do not need to go to business school to become an entrepreneur. I started Spanx as a frustrated consumer. I had $5,000 set aside in savings. I simply wanted to be able to wear white pants to a party and have nothing show underneath it. The entire time, everyone told me no and said, this is not a great idea. But let me tell you one thing. That means you've come up with something brand new. Take it as a compliment. This masterclass is for anyone out there who's in search of an idea, has an idea and doesn't know what to do next, is wanting to start a business, or has already started a business. I guess in some way I'm saying, I think this class is for everybody. Before I started Spanx, I actually was selling fax machines door to door. I got kicked out of building after building, and one day I thought, I'm in the wrong movie. I called the producer, called the director, this is not my life. What happened? I can tell you the things that I focused on very early on. 3 things: make it, sell it, build awareness. People are looking for that. I want to be a $100 million company in the first year and I'm going to raise as much money as I possibly can, and just check in with yourself on that and be willing to start small. Why are you doing this? What's the why? And who are you in the world? Share that part of the story. I mean, the more vulnerable you're willing to be, the deeper the connection will be with your consumers. I hope that you're tuning in and you're seeing me and I become the example that you needed to say, check, yes you can. I'm Sarah Blakely and this is my masterclass.
Okay, so the most successful people, they don't care about making money. They are just working on interesting projects. What will be your interesting project? You should be really obsessed about this project. What can you be obsessed about? You need to be obsessed about this. Ask yourself, what topic can you talk about for hours and hours? Like your friends are tired of your conversation on that topic, let's say, but you never get tired. You can talk for 10 hours. What is that topic? Write it down in your notebook. I can talk for 10 hours on this topic. Even like I can forego my sleep. I will stay awake. What is that? Find that, write it down. Find that, write it down, because this will be the heart of your venture. Whatever that is, you need to turn this into a business. Yeah? Your one-person company. This might be the seed of your YouTube channel. This might be the start of your ebook, digital product. Turn it into a product. Turn it into a website. Try to sell this idea. Try to establish your social media, your personal brand on this. Okay? How do you do that? Please write an action point on how to achieve this. And your brain will tell you lots of excuses. I don't have any skill, I don't have any money, I don't have any connections, I don't know where to start, I just don't know. Welcome to the world of entrepreneurship. No one will hold your hand. Everyone figures things out as they go. That's the world of entrepreneurship. You learn as you go. If you don't know it, just watch YouTube videos. Ask your AI, ask ChatGPT. Create solutions. Read a book. Learn about it. And develop the skills that you need. Okay? So successful people are constantly trying to learn, experiment, try out new things all the time. They don't do this because it's the right thing to do. No, they do it because it's their passion, that's their curiosity. So you need to make lots of mistakes. You need to challenge yourself, keep yourself accountable. And if you are not making enough mistakes, you are not trying hard enough. So you need to fail early and often. You need to fail a lot of times. So before my YouTube channel got profitable and monetized, I had to make 1,000 videos. 1,000 videos. All of them were failures. Nobody watched my videos. until I created 1,000 videos. Very few people watched me. I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. But then things skyrocketed. Now I have 21K, yeah, 21,000 people. So things go skyrocket if you persist, make mistakes, but keep learning, keep improving yourself. So it's a long-term game, it's a marathon, okay? Give yourself enough time. That means at least 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. So you are playing a marathon, okay? And this module is your perfect opportunity. Until summer, you can kickstart this project, grow your audience. If you are lucky, you can also monetize your YouTube channel or whatever you are doing. You can make money. Some of my students, they were really talented and they grew their YouTube channels in less than 6 months. So you can do it. You can monetize it if you are lucky and if you are talented and if you know how to get viral. Okay? So, entrepreneurial spirit is more alive than ever. You need to be hustling for your future. And you need to have your part-time gigs, jobs, multiple jobs. And you need to think like a startup. Look at these startups. How did they become successful? Look at Y Combinator. Y Combinator is the springboard where lots of startups emerge. Go to their website. Y Combinator, they helped establish Reddit, Airbnb, Stripe, Twitch, all these. So look at their resources. They have an amazing website. Look at their YouTube channel as well. You'll learn so much about entrepreneurship. They also have incubators. You can apply to them. If you apply to them and they love your business idea, you can go to Silicon Valley. They will support your business. They will fund you. Okay? So if you don't have enough resources, but you want to be a really good entrepreneur, you have amazing ideas, just apply to Y Combinator. If you are selected, you can go to Silicon Valley and present to people like Sam Altman, and they will support your journey. Okay? So this is called YOLO economy. You live only once. You live only once. You are the hero of your life. So do something remarkable. Who's the producer of Grey's Anatomy? The next one. Scandal. Do you know this woman? He signed a deal with Netflix. Her net worth is more than 140 million. Shonda Rhimes. Let's look at her masterclass.
I think this might be one of my most important points, so I'm going to sit up for it. What's amazing and exciting for you is that there are as many different types of dramas as you can make up in your head. I'm opening the doors to my office so that the next generation of writers can exist. I really want you to come away with the knowledge of what it is to write for television, how to put together a television pilot, writing dialogue, character, how a writer's room works. I would have killed to know that. And you're going to get to hear all the stuff that I never really ever tell anybody. You have to think about your first 10 pages being all about who is my character, how do I reveal my character as best as I possibly can. Take a pilot that you know well and break it down. And so I thought we would do that with the Scandal pilot. In order to break those rules, you have to understand what the rules are. I graduated from college and really felt lost. I mean, truly felt lost. I used to drive around the corner from the studio and cry all lunch hour. And I would come home at the end of a very long day and I would pull out my laptop and I would work on my script. That script is the script that got me an agent, that got me a job, that got things happening for me. People are dying for good writers right now. Remember that you belong in any room that you enter, and if you don't feel like you truly belong, act like you belong. What you should be doing right now is sitting down to start writing immediately. There are so many people out there who feel like television has these, secret keys to its kingdom. Let's take those keys and unlock the doors. Let's figure out what's back there. I'm gonna tell you what I know. I'm Shonda Rhimes, and this is my masterclass.
Okay. She's a Belgian fashion designer, known for her iconic wrap dresses. She has her own fashion brand, DVF. Who is she? Diane von Furstenberg. Let's look at her masterclass.
Everything you do is at the service of the brand. What is this class about? It is a marketing class. Go on the selling floor, deal with the consumers, help them in the fitting rooms. You have to listen, you have to see how people live. It's all about the power of the image. Communication, visual merchandising, the packaging, the logo. The world is completely product polluted. Too much everything, in every color, at every price. So what would your brand bring? Why would it be different than anyone? I was 20-year-old in this factory. I said, will you please allow me to make some samples that I will try to sell in America? With a child in my belly and with 2 big suitcases full of little dresses, I sailed to America. That was the beginning of my business. I had huge successes and huge failures. And the only reason why I was able to survive is because I did instinctively what is now being taught. You have to be close to who you are, what you want, how you want it, because all through your career, the closer you put the product to the consumer and the more authentic you are, the longer you will last. I am Diane von Furstenberg, and this is...
Okay, so the next adventure is the following. Imagine that masterclass came to you. They want you to teach a masterclass, okay? This is after 10 years. The year is 2035, okay? Imagine your future self. You will teach your own masterclass. What will be the topic? Please write down the title. What masterclass will you be teaching? Imagine your career, yourself in the next 10 years, yeah? You'll be really successful in your career. You'll make an impact. You'll have a legacy. You'll be on the news, let's say. People will know you for your contributions. So, based on this, what can you teach other people? Young people. Think about your masterclass. What will it be about? What will be your topic? Imagine your topic, write it down. Write a title. How would you like to teach it? What will be your stories? What will be your methods? How do you capture attention? How do you teach it? It has to be interesting and memorable, and it has to be based on your success, yeah, what you achieved. So imagine your future success, your future self, yeah, in 10 years. And then turn it into a masterclass. Those 10 years, all your learning, can you summarize it in a masterclass? Please write down, create bullet points quickly. Keep writing. Keep creating ideas. 30 seconds, just wrap it up. And develop this further afterwards. Revisit this. Whenever you learn something new every few months or every few weeks, revisit this. Develop this class further, yeah? Let's wrap this up. So, we come back to the squash now. I want you to work in clusters for this exercise. As a class, we need to find ways of making this squash valuable? Work in clusters. Okay? You'll think about this squash, yeah? How do we make it valuable? Your job, every cluster, work in groups. You can work in groups, clusters of 2 or 3. Come together with your friends. Your job is to make this as valuable as you can, as a group. You'll brainstorm ways to achieve this, okay? You'll think like a marketer. You'll think like a creative person. How do you make this more valuable? So I bought this for less than £2, yeah? Our goal is to increase the value of this squash as much as possible. How do you do that? The sky is the limit. I want you to find lots of ideas, solutions, creative thinking, yeah, brainstorming. Write them down or discuss them with your group. The more ideas, the better. Try to think of at least 10 different ways. For example, a celebrity can sign it. Whenever a celebrity signs it, yeah, the value of the squash increases it to $100 immediately, yeah? What else? Think of ways. Discuss ways. Brainstorm together, yeah? I want to see more talking. Talk to each other. Work together. Create ideas. Think like entrepreneurs, yeah? You are a team of marketing people, entrepreneurs. The more ideas, the better. Keep creating ideas. I want you to use this technique. It's called scamper technique. Have a look at this method. Try to apply each of these, please. This is a creativity method. Substitute. Can you replace this with something else? Combine it with other things. Can you combine it with fabric? Turn it into clothes, let's say, fashion items. Can you adapt it to a new purpose? Maybe turn it into artwork, installation, yeah? Can you modify, magnify, minify this squash? Make it larger, thicker, stronger. Maybe you can slice it, dice it. You can cook it, right? Turn it into soup or dessert. So think of ways. Can you put to another use? Can you eliminate some of it? Maybe eliminate the middle. Turn it into sculpture. And then the middle part, you can turn it into a squeeze, a paste maybe, a dessert. Can you rearrange, reverse? So use all these techniques. Try to apply a mix of them, yeah? Try to find at least one idea for each. Can you create a face out of this? This will be like a social media personality cartoon, yeah? And then it can have its own adventures. So can you take this along the UEA, yeah? Having activities across the campus. Draw a face on it and have it enjoy some activities. Turn it into a show. Turn it into a character. Okay, so look at some of these ways that you can add value. Can you turn this into a painting? Can you turn to an installation? Can you create an installation out of this? Can you create a cookbook? These are squash cookbook. The complete squash book. Can you turn it into a brand? Pumpkin. Can you turn it into a business? This guy has come up with squash sticks. Squash sticks is a drink. Turned it into a drink. So what else? Yeah? Can you paint, slice, transform it, turn it into sculpture, fundraising, branding, artwork, like the banana? Can you turn it into poetry, rap, performance, theater, musical? Can you write a Friends episode around this? Like Friends episode. Can you cook and sell it? Can you trade it with other things? Create a story, use social media, turn it into a fashionable clothing. Okay, so if life gives you a squash, squash it. So you can create a coat. Okay, so as we are finishing our journey, the last activity, please do this at home. So you'll write stories, okay? Do this at home this weekend. Imagine this exercise. You are a storyteller, okay? And you are inventing a town and some characters living in this town. You follow the steps. If you want to kickstart, you can kickstart creating ideas now, but do this in the weekend, okay? Give a name to this town, fictional town. Draw a map of this town. Are there mountains, lakes, woods, river here? Give a bit of history background. The economic background of this town. Who are the richest people, families? And then famous characters, colorful characters. Are there any conflicts, power games in this town? Invent a story. What are the dominant values? Are there sacred things that are questioned? Think some dark secrets in this town. Is there forbidden law? Imagine some characters are newly arriving to this town. There is some conflict. Okay, so invent this storyline. Yeah, follow the steps and kickstart your story. You can either do this, or the other option is this one. You can also do this one. This one is a starship. 2120. A starship is leaving the Earth. It is traveling to another star system, yeah, to find another sun with its own planets. The journey will take, let's say, 100 years. Most of the crew members are sleeping. Some of them are awake in order. Where are they going to? What is their destination? What are the challenges, adventures? Who are these crew members? What are the challenges ahead of them? Who are their adversaries? How do they deal with all these challenges in space? It is interstellar travel, yeah? It's a starship. So you imagine the story and the characters. Okay, so let's finish with this guy. He was a homeless man. Now he's a millionaire. How did he do that? He created his songs. And he created songs like this one. So I'll finish with his song. Entrepreneurs got choices.
Hit snooze on the clock. Nope. Keep dreaming, never stop. Yup. Sleep in till tomorrow. Got an idea that can make $1 million. Yup. Worry about what people think. Nope. Are you building a team? Yup. Binge watching on Netflix? Nope. Podcast, School of Greatness? Yup. Looking for a handout? Nope. Got your own biz plan now? Yup. You afraid of the dark? Nope. One day you're gonna pitch it to the sharks? Yup. Haters got you nervous? Nope. You got passion and purpose? Yup. Love working for a boss? Nope. One day you're gonna be your own boss? Yup. Following the rules? Nope. Success leaves clues? Yup. Following? Nope. Falling? Yup. Feel like you're gonna choke? Nope. Pull up in the ghost? Yup. Stay within your limits? Nope. Straight academics? Yup. Entrepreneurs got choices. I choose to get money, keep placing these ads. Entrepreneurs got choices. Keep it 100 just like the orange hat. Entrepreneurs got choices. Tired of the drama, it's time to make bread. Entrepreneurs got choices. These haters keep hating, keep throwing me shit, but I'm never upset. Keep my money in check, and I ain't gotta flex. I'ma stay with respect. No more negative folks. I'ma stay focused. These haters keep trying, but I'm making money online. Chris, can I?
Okay, so thank you so much. This is the end. Let's do the QR code. Please do register. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend. This weekend, work on your challenges. Work on your asset creation projects, okay? Kickstart them. Best of luck. Have a wonderful break. Please make progress on your asset creation journeys, okay? During this break. So have a wonderful break.